Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to do my lesbian reaction to a very viral video interview that was conducted on Valuetainment. They are a YouTube channel and they discuss business and entertainment and politics, very different genres. But this particular interview is with the A-list actor Terrence Howard. And Terrence Howard said some very revealing information about the film and movie industry in Hollywood. And I wanted to discuss certain things that he addresses about being an actor and what it requires, and a lot of the issues that comes along with being an actor and staying in the game of being an actor. He uses the terminology that being an actor is very short-lived. And that was very intriguing to me. I wanted to know what he meant by being short-lived. And so, of course, he reveals this information. And Terrence Howard is pretty much exposing a lot that goes on behind the scenes with people trying to be in the film and movie industry. And many of them resort to various toxic behaviors. And I want to react to his interview because I'm actually very disturbed, because there's some information that he disclosed which causes people to believe that when you are working in the film or movie industry, in order to maintain that status and profession, you have to pretty much turn gay. And I don't believe that anybody can turn gay. However, many people believe that you become compromised, you become tainted as a man when you are in certain positions in order to gain a position. And Terrence Howard pretty much breaks that down. I am Giselle Wallace, certified gay life coach and author. Here on my YouTube channel, I provide my lesbian perspective. And if that interests you, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share this video. And to support the channel, please select the Super Thanks button and donate to the channel. I thank you. I appreciate you. And I am going to proceed with my lesbian reaction.
So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things. When you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there, because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Man, I mean, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here is men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music, and he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit, because the man card means everything.
Terrence Howard was very direct and clear and candid when he discussed what he witnessed with other people and his own personal experience in the movie industry. And he uses the phrase, when you give up your man card. So when he was giving the details about when you give up your man card, I wanted to say that I don't equate anyone essaying someone as being equivalent to being a homosexual. Rape and essaying someone is a crime, and it is a vindictive attack on another human being. And I do think that Terrence Howard wants to let the world know what's going on, because after a while you get tired. You get tired of what you have to see, what you have to hear, and what you have to undergo in order to stay a relevant actor in the film and music industry. I think that he's tired. Terrence Howard has been acting a long time, for many years, and You can go see the full interview when you have a time to do so. But he did mention that he still works in Hollywood. He said he doesn't have enough money to pretty much retire. And sounds like money is required in order for him to perform in certain roles. So he's still doing the roles that he says he's very selective about. As you heard in the interview, he said he doesn't play any gay roles. He does not kiss any men. And recently, the actor Denzel Washington did a movie where he actually admits that there was a scene in the movie Gladiator where he kisses a man. And Denzel Washington went viral for admitting to this information because, for one, it was removed from the movie. So people were shocked and appalled, upset and angry with Denzel Washington. They said he fell from grace. But Denzel Washington revealed this information to the public. We didn't have to know. We wouldn't have known unless he told us, in which he did. But I did my own YouTube video commentary about that. You can search the archives. But when Terrence Howard said he doesn't kiss any men in the movies, he doesn't play any gay roles, I believe that that message was very contradictory, because if you recall, Terrence Howard did a show called The Empire. And The Empire, he was the lead actor, and he played the role of a father and being like a record producer or whatnot. And he had a few sons, I think about 3 sons in this film. Well, really, it was more so like a series episode. And one of the sons was gay. And in his role, Terrence Howard's role of being a father to a gay son, he was very cruel to his gay son. And although Terrence Howard may have not kissed a man in a movie, he does not play any gay roles, but he clearly has been connected to other men or males in the movie industry who have played gay roles, in which he did in Empire. And the director of Empire is a very famous, wealthy black man who is a homosexual. His name, I don't recall right now, but he is the mind behind the show Empire. And he's a gay black man. So that's why I think it's contradictory for Terrence Howard to say that statement, because not only was he hired by a gay black man who directed and is the creator of the Empire show, he also played the role of a father of a gay son. And so how can you separate yourself from being an actor who does not play in gay roles, but yet you chose to be hired by a gay man and play the father who has a gay son? You can't claim to be something that you really are not. And so I took an issue with that, not because I take things personal. I have to tell the truth. And the truth is, something is not adding up. When actors such as Terrence Howard make these statements of not playing gay roles, not kissing men, and then going into details of how once you give up your man card, you've lost everything. How can you make such a statement, but yet you've worked with gay homosexual men in real life? It's absurd. It's homophobic. You are a double-minded man, because if you really don't want to have any connection with anybody in the industry who is playing a gay role, or who is the actual director and character or creator of the actual gay film or gay project, gay movie, and you choose to allow yourself to work with these people, how can you say that you do not play any gay roles? You don't kiss a man. Just because you didn't directly kiss a man, you still are working with people in the film and movie industry who do, because they are really gay. Because like I say, in the Empire, the director of the Empire is a gay black man, and the young man in the role of playing his son, his name is Jesse Smollett. He's actually a gay black man in real life. And it just doesn't add up what Terrence Howard is saying. And I think this is very conflicting. It causes a lot of issues for gay men and even gay women, because people want to pretty much use you for what they can get out of you, but they don't want to say that they're associated with you at the same time. And this is what I believe Terrence Howard is embodying based off of his statements. So in other words, he wants to get paid. He doesn't agree with playing gay roles or kissing a man, but yet he still will get paid from a gay director and play the role of a father to a gay son. But he still doesn't want to say he's tied to that, that he's connected to that. But you still got paid as an actor. So make it make sense. And that's what I had to address, because it's very hypocritical. It's very homophobic. And I don't like the fact that Terrence Howard, because he's discussing, and allegedly he says that his assistant told him that Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, wanted to have sexual intercourse with him. Now, he mentions after that he no longer went to P. Diddy's house. He claims allegedly he's never gone to the parties, that his whole sole purpose for being at P. Diddy's home or studio or whatever setting they were in was because P. Diddy initiated his company for the purposes of learning how to be an actor, in order to be in a position where he can learn to act. So supposedly, allegedly, P. Diddy asked Terrence Howard to be his coaching mentor to become an actor. But Terrence Howard said that when he came to P. Diddy's residence or whatever setting they were in, P. Diddy was just staring at him. And so that definitely implies that it was more like a sexual stare. And he never actually implemented what the purpose of him coming to P. Diddy's home or studio or whatnot, because he said that his assistant manager, or I believe it was his manager or publicist, made the statement that P. Diddy wanted to sleep with him. So he just completely ends everything. So Terrence Howard, for one, didn't seem to recognize or notice that P. Diddy wanted him in a sexual way, because he never made that statement. He claims that his assistant is the one who made the statement, but not P. Diddy. So you really can't prove that P. Diddy wanted to sleep with you or was using you just to sleep with you. Because why did you keep going? Why were you there? If you were so concerned about P. Diddy wanting to sleep with you, you should have picked that up on your own. But no, he projects and says it was his assistant that told him that P. Diddy's intentions was really to sleep with him. And that's why he decided to no longer go to P. Diddy's house. But why do you have to wait on somebody else to tell you that somebody else is trying to sleep with you? I understand that maybe sometimes you're aloof, you really don't know anything, but I'm not buying it. I don't believe it, because Terrence Howard has been in the film movie industry for a long time. And he's already clearly explained that there's a lot of toxic behavior that goes on that he's witnessed. So why is it that he didn't recognize those signs early with P. Diddy? Because the way he speaks about it, he went to P. Diddy more than once to allegedly coach him on how to be an actor. But he said that nothing ever happened, but he did notice that P. Diddy would stare at him. But he still continued to go. So this is the thing that's so contradictory, because it's like you're willing to work with someone who allegedly is a homosexual, such as P. Diddy, allegedly, but you keep coming to work. Well, honestly, I don't know if he was getting paid or not. That wasn't mentioned by Terrence Howard. But I imagine if someone who is a billionaire, as P. Diddy, asks you to coach him on being an actor, he probably, meaning P. Diddy, was probably going to financially compensate Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard didn't go into those details, but I really can't imagine Terrence Howard going out of his way to P. Diddy's home or studio and not being financially compensated for his services of coaching you on how to be an actor. So again, this goes back to a lot of heterosexual men. They will use homosexual men in order to gain wealth and money, income. But at the same time, in the same breath, ridicule and criticize them for being homosexual. And that's wrong. Now, I want to say that I absolutely do not condone any type of essay or grape. I'm using these terms to not be censored. But please, if you are an actor in the industry, whatever your position is in whatever industry that you are in, whatever profession you are in, please stop associating being gay as being a wicked, perverse act or behavior, because that's what they do. They always associate being gay with something perverted, someone trying to force themselves on you, which is SA. That is not right, because it paints the picture that if you are gay, that you have ill intentions all the time. But at the same time, the people who are saying they don't want to be associated with doing gay roles or doing things that is gay, they still will allow themselves to work with people who are gay. So that's very hypocritical. And that is my lesbian reaction. That is my lesbian perspective. I don't like that people are being compromised allegedly in the film and movie industry. Like, if they're trying to earn a living and they're attacked, they are being forced to do things against their will, I hope that they will get the help that they need, that they will get the protection that they need, because that's horrible. But at the same time, people can choose to work for people who they know are up to no good. And so you have to be able to decipher and make the difference. Do you willingly go into these professions knowing what it requires, what it entails? If it goes against your integrity, if it goes against your morals, at that point, the choice is yours. And if you choose to go against what you believe in just to earn some income, then you cannot blame or claim that that person harmed you, that that person is filthy and doing you wrong, because you're going in this situation with your eyes wide open, with your ears open. You know exactly what your intention is, and your intention is to get paid. And then to cover your behind, you want to make the person who hired you, who is gay, look like the villain. And that's absolutely wrong. I am Giselle Wallace, certified gay life coach and author. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share this video. Thank you for listening.